Out here trapping in northern Wisconsin, December 22nd, 2021. You can see my truck right up there. So I'm just off the road. We just got a little pond right here. I drive by it all the time and never seen any beaver activity, but just this past September, they built a little house here. I'm standing up on it now. So I came out here 2 days ago, set 3 traps and 2 snares, and we just got about 6 inches of fresh snow. So I'm up here on top of the beaver house, and you can see that they got their little air holes here, their breather holes, and you can see where they melted the snow there, and then it's frosted over. So I don't know if that's good or bad. That means maybe the beavers are still alive and I didn't catch them, because it's just a little house, so there can't be more than, there's probably only 2 in here, but I guess there could be a whole family. I've got found a bank den here, up in there. If I walk up on the bank, I might be able to find a spot where the snow is melted, if there are still beaver in there. But you can see just my little stick sticking up right there. Kind of hard to find with all this snow, but I'll chop that out, see if we got anything. All right, still in this same little pond, coming over here to check the second trap, 330 cotton bear and a bank hole set. You can see those 2 stakes sticking up through the snow. And if you wonder how I found these 2 days ago, there was a lot less snow on the ice, and I just walk along the edge and I check with my ice chisel to find a thin spot. Otherwise, if you can see the actual ice, you'll see air bubbles, a trail of air bubbles where they go in under the bank. But I'm looking right there, and it looks like the snow is melted a little bit, so I'm gonna go check that out, because that would indicate that we might still have a beaver inside. So they have a hollowed out area under our feet right here in this hillside, and I know that doesn't look like much, but that's melted snow. Like I said, we just got about 6 inches, and it is it got down below 0 last night. It's probably 1 or 2 above 0 right now. So this isn't melting because of ambient air temperature. So there must be something inside that's causing that heat and that snow to melt. And like I said, even though the beavers have a lodge out there, they have their beaver house out there, they will always have a bank den as well. So I just scraped the snow away. Haven't started chopping yet, but I can see under the ice there's a fresh lily pad root right there, and quite a few air bubbles right there. So that's an indicator that we did have a beaver, pass through here. Hopefully he got caught. So I'm going to chop this out now. So we have another extra large beaver. You can see a big old tail there, and if you can see in his mouth, he's actually holding a lily pad root. So even though if you look around here, there's not a lot of good food for them. There's no aspen at all. They've been eating red oak and some white birch, but that's about it. And there's not a lot of cuttings around here, but they can get food down at the bottom of the pond in the mud. They'll dig down, they'll swim out of their bank den, swim out, dig down, pick up the lily pad root, and they can dig and they can chew underwater. They can't swallow underwater. But then they'll grab this food, they'll bring it back inside their bank den where there's that hollowed out cavity. It's nice and warm, it's above, there's plenty of air, and then they can sit and eat in their at their leisure. And they might have a stockpile of food inside there. I say that because out in front of their beaver lodge there, I didn't see any noticeable feed bed storage of food. So they probably have food stored inside the bank dens. And like I said, I did find 3 bank dens. We've checked 2 so far, and we're 100% on those. All right, back here at the truck, didn't have anything in that last trap or that snare, but I don't know, I thought there was just maybe this breeding pair in here, just these 2, but based on the air holes that we saw inside the bank and on top of the beaver lodge, leads me to believe there might be a couple more beaver in here. So what I'm going to do is leave these traps for about 2 or 3 more days, and then when I come back out, I'll just pull them up whether I have anything or not. I'd be okay with leaving a couple beaver in here because this is close to the house and close to the road, so that makes it convenient. But yeah, you can see right here, white birch, not their preferred food, but they'll eat what they can get. Out here doing a nuisance beaver job. It's still December 22nd. It's warmed up a little bit. It's probably about 8 or 9 degrees now. But this lady has some beavers that were chewing up her nice big oak trees. So I came out here and set a couple traps. Caught one big beaver the other day, and then repositioned some traps. I just had 2 conibear set, 2 330s, and 2 snare poles. So I came out here today just to pull them up because it's quite a drive. But I was quite surprised when both my snares held beaver, big beaver. These are at least extra large, if not 2XL. And then that 330 there was untouched. And then there's a little kind of a beaver house there they built into the bank a little bit. So I found an entrance there, and I pulled up this monster. I thought it was a manatee at first. That's a massive beaver. I mean, for comparison, you can see how big the tail is here. I mean, that thing's got to be, it's got to be about 8 inches across in width. So these 3, and then those other 2 at the other pond. So pretty good day for only having a couple sets out.